How far would you go to give your family a fresh start after devastating times? Could you leave behind everything and everyone you loved at home to begin again on the other side of the world? 2 years ago, the Simpson family were about to finally realise their dream of a new life down under.
Had a great big party and said, this is it, next year we'll be out in Australia.
When tragedy struck.
I was frightened to go to sleep every single night in case she would be dead by the time I woke up.
And now they've been given a second chance.
I want this to be a fresh start for my family.
But the heartache of leaving loved ones could be too much to bear.
I think we've got lots to think about, haven't we? It's going to be a very rough decision, I think.
Often referred to as the lucky country because of its economy and opportunities, Australia's been the top destination for Brits seeking to emigrate for over 25 years. With its sunny climate and outdoors lifestyle, it's easy to understand why. But it takes more than luck to build a new life down under. And every year, more than 11,000 expats return to the UK with their ambitions shattered. After the most challenging year of their lives, the Simpsons are determined to put the past behind them and start again on the other side of the world. They'll have just 1 week to see if Australia can offer them the lifestyle they're longing for before deciding once and for all where their family's future lies. The journey to Melbourne takes them more than 10,000 miles from home. As they touch down in Australia for the very first time, Michelle's spirits are high.
We are very excited to be here today. But the sun is shining, it's warm, and we're here and it's exciting. For me, I'm hoping this week is going to be a big changer for us, that big decision that makes us actually say yes, and that we want to start a new life and build it here.
But Gary's playing the cautious card.
Yeah, we want to experience as much as we can just to make sure that the move's right. So we've got to make sure we take all those boxes off.
Having finally reached Australia, what the Simpsons discover over the next week will be key in deciding whether they can get the fresh start they so desperately need. The Simpsons are Dad Gary, Mum Michelle, Freya aged 5, Erin aged 14 and Howie who's 16.
Live in North Yorkshire, live in a 4-bedroom house on an RAF base. Nice place to live, lovely community.
It's like a big family feeling. It's very good.
For nearly 2 decades, Gary and Michelle have dreamt of a life down under.
Moving to Australia was something that we actually wanted to do
A
long time ago, before we even had the children.
This has been our dream for so long.
Yeah, it has.
But life and Gary's military career got in the way.
His pension started getting very, very good with the more promotions that Gary got. So we ended up staying longer and longer and longer, and it got to a point there and the dream kind of went out the window for a little while.
Last year, though, Gary became eligible for his RAF pension. And with the extra financial security that could bring, at long last, the move to Australia was back on. Plans were made and the family started to say their goodbyes.
We were all getting ready to go and submit the visas 12 months ago. You know, we sat here on the New Year's Eve, had a great big party and said, this is it, next year we'll be out in Australia.
But the joy was short-lived. Devastating news was about to bring Gary and Michelle's plans to an abrupt halt. 4-year-old daughter Freya was diagnosed with cancer.
Within a week, we'd gone from, absolute elation down to, walking into the oncology ward in Leeds.
But when we walked in and you face all these children with drip stands, they've got no hair, that really hit us hard seeing that. And then I had to explain to Freya that Freya was going to end up looking like that too. And that was a very hard thing to do. And to explain to her what was wrong with her, because she didn't have no idea she was 4 years old.
Gary and Michelle spent months by Freya's bedside as their daughter fought for her life.
As a family, you go through everything, the why us. why Freya? And yeah, it's really devastating.
It's been so horrific, so many ups and downs. Many times we weren't even sure she was going to make it through.
Freya's neuroblastoma cancer saw her undergo intensive surgery and chemotherapy, but her body began to fight back on its own. And 1 year on,
Freya's on the mend. She's doing exceptionally well. She's rewritten some of the books.
Freya's cancer is now in remission, but it'll be 5 years before the family know if the disease has disappeared for good.
The cancer that she has is one that reoccurs, and if it does reoccur, then we know that these children don't actually have much opportunity or chance to actually survive.
Only 2 places in the world offer pioneering treatment should Freya's cancer return: America and Australia. But it would come at a cost.
If Australia became a permanent move, we would have to pay for treatment.
With the help of friends and family, the Simpsons have already raised almost £200,000 towards possible healthcare costs. And now they're determined to put the harrowing last 12 months behind them and start afresh.
We realise that now we've reached a point that we need to start living again.
The laughter in our house, it's not there anymore, and I want to get that laughter back. I want to hear my kids giggle. I long for that. I really long for that.
Australia could offer the care and new beginning the family need, but a move might not be straightforward. Having spent all his life in one job, Gary's worried about his prospects down under.
I can't come back and get my job back. It's not like I'm a carpenter or a builder that could just come back and slot back into where I was, or potentially with the same company that I was. No, that's it. When I've left, the door is 100% shut.
And the job's not the only thing Gary would be saying goodbye to. Both his parents are also suffering from cancer, and Michelle and Gary worry about leaving them behind.
That is one of my reasons for the reservation, is just supporting and looking after them, knowing what we've potentially got ahead, and you can't get that time back. So that is really, really the hardest thing.
How do you leave your parents behind who have an illness? They need you. And can we do that? Does this make us heartless if we go now? If we don't go now, will we ever get this opportunity again? It's a huge question, and I'm not sure at this stage if we actually know the answer to that.
The week ahead will see Gary and Michelle faced with a heartbreaking decision. To give the family the new start in life they need will mean saying goodbye to family that need them at home. The Simpsons are spending their trial week in Melbourne, cultural capital of Australia. It's been voted the world's most livable city for 4 years in a row. Home for the week is a suburb of Ivanhoe. This modern 4-bedroom townhouse is the family's first taste of the life they could have down under. But will it impress?
30 feet. That's it. Wow. Shiny floor, Freya. Isn't it lovely?
It's nice. Absolutely perfect.
Oh, wow, this is nice.
It looks like a hit. And Freya's already decided where she's sleeping. Or has she?
You need my emo.
Freya, you're
That's a
going to have
twinkle
that bed.
by so if it falls, let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, no.
There's no doubt Freya's already feeling at home.
I think Australia is a wonderful place because it's getting warmer.
After years of longing, it's exactly the start Michelle was hoping for.
Do you know, I actually can see myself living in Australia in a property like this. It's beautiful.
But the couple are already thinking of what's riding on the week ahead.
I'm nervous as well. Do not get me wrong, I am nervous because I think I have set myself high targets on what I'm expecting to see and what I want to see.
This week in Australia it's absolutely massive for all of us, assuming and hoping that Freya, remains well and nothing ever changes, and that we do at some point need to draw a line and try and move on.
I want this to be a fresh start for my family. We need to draw a line at some point in our lives and tell cancer it's not going to rule us.
Back in the UK, the Simpsons live in army accommodation, so a house down under would be their first property purchase. They've set themselves a budget of £300,000. But what's on their wish list for an Australian home?
I love space, I love windows, I love glass. So very modern for me, I'd say.
I love large family living areas.
You have an idea in your head what you want, you always do have. But if you're willing to adapt and change it a little bit, that's okay. If I have to adapt and change it completely, I may not be so sure.
Today, we'll give the Simpsons a chance to see what properties they could afford in Melbourne. We'll show them 2 houses on budget and then one which could be their dream home. The search begins in the suburb of Epping. 40 miles northeast of Melbourne, it's just a 40-minute commute to the city centre. And with a good range of schools, shops and parks, it's perfect for family living. Will this spacious 4-bedroom home have the space the Simpsons are after?
Wow.
Hey?
Yeah.
This is nice.
This is absolutely beautiful, yeah. It's very spacious, very, very light.
And very posh.
Freya's already impressed.
It's quirky as well. It's the shape of it as well. It's very, very different.
It's a nice family-sized place, isn't it?
This is, yeah.
So far, so good. And the bedrooms don't disappoint either.
Oh, this is lovely, isn't it? It's nice and big. Walk-in wardrobe. This is a really big bathroom. This is exactly what I think we envisioned when we were back at home.
And there's plenty of room next door too.
Exactly what we wanted.
It is.
Gary, look at the size of this. This is huge.
Oh, this is.
Wow.
It's a big thumbs up for indoors, but will the outside area give the family the entertaining space they're after?
Dude.
This is perfect. Yeah.
I'm actually at loss for words, the fact that it has managed to tick everything that we've asked for.
Yeah, that's absolutely
and on the very
fantastic.
first property.
Yeah.
Look at the view. You can see Melbourne City. Isn't that beautiful?
This house has wowed the Simpsons, but will it be on the right side of their £300,000 budget?
How much do you think it is, Dad?
Why are you looking at me first? I think it's going to be certainly at the top end of our budget, if not even potentially a little bit above, potentially even £320,000.
I've got 325 in my head, is what I'm thinking. Shall we find out what it is?
Yeah. Let's
Gary,
find
you
out.
do the honours?
You ready?
That's £3,000 under budget.
Wow.
I didn't expect that.
No,
That's well within our budget.
definitely. What do you
I
think?
think I'd move in here tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Ticked all the boxes. Wow. Hit the nail on the head with the price. Fantastic.
With things off to a great start, the family's next stop is Eltham. With its tree-lined avenues, the area offers a living in the country feel, but is only 12 miles away from the city centre. This 4-bedroom house has a large garden, which could offer the family the perfect spot for socialising.
Oh, this is a nice sized bedroom, Gary. Big windows. I like this.
So far, so good. Even Howie's impressed.
This is bigger than what I expected it to be. I thought it would be a lot smaller from the outside. That's why I like it.
Oh, this is nice, isn't it?
It's a nice style. It is a nice style.
But Michelle's underwhelmed.
I have to say, for me, I'm not feeling that family feeling in this house for me.
I have to say I like the other one a bit more.
Could the kitchen change her mind?
Oh, this is nice.
Changed, isn't it?
Oh, that's pretty, isn't it?
Definitely see potential in here, without a doubt.
Freya spotted something positive.
I like the parrots on the window.
But it's not enough to convince Michelle.
There's something missing. That's what I'm feeling with this one. I'm not feeling that this could be somewhere of my choice, but I would live.
Could outdoors turn things around?
Oh, this is pretty. This is nice. This is lovely.
I do like this.
You can hear a lot more birds than what you could on the other house.
But that's not all you can hear.
The only thing that I'm not too sure on is probably the sound of the roads and the cars.
Michelle and Erin just can't imagine this house as a home. Could the price make a difference?
This is the decider. I'm going to go for £285,000.
I'm going to go for 260,000. Ready?
3, 2, 1.
That's £22,000 over budget.
Wow. That's a lot. I'm genuinely quite surprised with that.
I'm very surprised.
Yeah.
Purely because of the location.
The noise.
The noise.
Yeah, not for us. Although we've set a budget, you know, we can move in that budget.
Yeah, we can adapt.
But it's got to be for the right thing.
And property 3 could be just that. We found what could be the Simpsons' dream home. It's situated in Diamond Creek, 80 miles from Melbourne centre. Being further out means houses here are more affordable, yet it's still within easy reach of the city, making it an up-and-coming suburb popular with families. This 5-bedroom home should have the modern feel and all the space the Simpsons are after.
What do you think?
Wow.
Wow. Oh, wow.
This has the wow factor.
This is gorgeous, isn't it?
I absolutely love this.
It hits you straight away. Yeah, this is definitely, I can see why this is down as a...
Oh, I could live here.
yeah, it's a dream house, definitely.
This is gorgeous.
I think this is a little bit over our budget. Just a little bit.
Freya's already making herself at home.
Is it nice, Freya, is it? I've taken that to big thumbs up.
And the kitchen has a perfect panorama.
I mean, look at the view, look at that.
This is absolutely stunning. It is.
The house is everything Michelle has dreamed of.
If this house belonged to me, I would be smiling all day.
Yeah.
It's just, it's beautiful.
And it's got an impressive spot for entertaining friends.
Wow, absolute stunning area for entertaining. It's absolutely gorgeous.
You feel like you're in the countryside,
Yeah.
completely in the countryside with just open air and space.
It is.
The hallway's even bringing out the poet in Michelle.
I would love to imprint some words on each beam as we walk through.
That'd be nice.
But Freya's focusing on the practical side of things.
I could put my jewelry in here.
Uh-huh.
I could do when I do, and then when I do my makeup on.
Every girl's dream, Freya.
Whoa!
And she's not the only one with plans.
Oh,
wow.
This space is huge. This could be a huge games room.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
There's even a home from home for Gary's mum and dad.
That if they come over, they'd want to come over for 3 or 4 months at a time. This would be ideal for them.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
And outside is the icing on the cake.
Absolutely awesome.
This is a beautiful family home. And I could hear laughter already in this house.
But is it somewhere the family could afford to call home?
What do you think the number is, Mummy?
£425,000.
What do you think, Kevin?
I think about 5, 10.
I think £460,000.
I reckon £620,000.
The last house, you ready to see what the price is?
Wow.
Wow.
That's really good.
It is.
That's £91,000 over budget, but maybe not out of reach.
It's over our budget, but I think we could still come in and afford that.
But the budget didn't include an annex for my parents. This includes that.
The fact that you could potentially be living in here is quite impressive.
This is what would make me happy.
Yeah, makes it all.
Yeah. It'd be perfect.
It's been a day of mixed reactions on the property front. House number 1 got the day off to a great start at a price well within budget. Property number 2 was slightly on the small side and the noisy traffic didn't help. But the final house was the Simpsons' dream home. And although it had a price to match, it could be worth stretching the budget for. So when it comes to properties, will the family choose home or away?
Based on the 3 houses that we've seen today, we've decided to vote for
UK.
Why did you go UK?
Just on the price of the houses.
I find the houses in the UK, they all seem to be very, very similar. Whereas here, you're not. You're getting different ones.
But Gary's thinking of the finances.
We'll maybe have to reevaluate and say, you know, is that a dream house we want, or do we want a better work-life balance?
With a vote for the UK from Gary, the family's future down under is already looking uncertain. But if the couple can get the right jobs, the home and lifestyle they've been dreaming of could be achievable. Michelle's the main visa applicant. Back in the UK, she's a pharmacy technician. It's a job she's passionate about.
I absolutely love what I do, and I enjoy the buzz going to work with my patients. I really would need to have a very similar role in Australia, because for me it is all about the patient, so I love it. If the job does not fit for me, I think it possibly could be a make or break decision, because we're going to be doing this forever, so it has to fit, and I'm hoping it's going to.
To find out if the right opportunities exist in Melbourne, we've arranged for Michelle to spend time at a local hospital, where she's met by fellow pharmacy technician Sarah Galea.
Welcome to Australia and welcome to the Alfred Hospital.
Thank you very much.
So here we've got the lower ground inpatient pharmacy.
I do like the idea of this.
Yeah.
This is nice.
After a quick tour, Michelle's keen to know if she could still have close contact with people in her care down under.
Sarah, do you find that you get quite attached to your patients in regularly, the ones that you see regularly, or do you not really get to know your patients very well?
I really don't get to know my patients very well at all. No, definitely not.
That's the opposite of what Michelle was hoping to hear. Meanwhile, across town, Gary's off to find out about his job prospects. Back in the UK, he's a communications expert in the RAF, a career he can barely imagine leaving.
There's people that I've grown up with from the age of 16, and to give all that support up would be very difficult. When you serve in the military, you know, you have your house, your education, the education for the kids, and of course I'll be giving all of that up.
And being able to provide for his family down under has always been one of Gary's biggest concerns.
It would have to be a job that meets our expectations and meets the financial rewards for what we would need to live in Australia.
To find out if that exists in Melbourne, Gary's meeting Robert Fortescue, General Manager of a specialist IT company. Straight away, he's anxious to know if his military skills would transfer to a civilian marketplace.
You're working in the military for 25 years, you're committed, so it's not like you've job hopped. And that, again, yeah, that's a major concern for a lot of organisations nowadays. So I would see that as an advantage.
Excellent.
That's positive news for Gary. Back at Alfred Hospital, Michelle's meeting Diane Waters, Deputy Director of Pharmacy, to discover if her UK qualifications would be recognised in Australia.
The hospital Cert 3 that is needed here to work as a Grade 3 technician is not the same as it's offered through the UK schools. What you will need to do is to either get your NVQ or the BTEC recognised, or you can actually requalify going through the whole course again.
Can I do that, do you think, from the UK as a long-distance course?
I cannot see any reason why they would not be able to do that for you before you actually arrived here.
That's reassuring, but would Michelle actually be able to get a job?
At the moment, based on your CV and the amount of qualifications that you have got and the number of years experience under your belt, we would certainly be considering you easily for a Grade 2 position.
What sort of salary are we looking at for myself?
A Grade 2 technician without the hospital Cert 3 would normally start at around $48,000 a year. Once you move into a Grade 3 technician, you're then looking at somewhere between $50,000 and $54,000.
I'm quite stunned at the salaries, because the Grade 2, even starting at the lowest for myself, that is a lot higher than what I expected.
In fact, it's over a third more than Michelle earns at home. She also takes the opportunity to ask about the care Freya could receive in Australia if she needed it.
The healthcare system here is world class. They will do any necessary tests and offer any necessary treatments to her, and certainly the specialist centres would offer the very new and the very pioneering treatments relatively easily.
Thank you very much for today. You've given me so much to think about. Thank you.
Knowing Freya would get the care she needs if they made the move down under is a huge relief for Michelle. But not having close contact with patients has meant disappointment on the job front.
I had set myself targets, goals and things that I wanted in the job that I was going to go for. I don't think I'm going to get that.
So will Gary's work prospects be more encouraging?
Do you see any potential opportunities for myself in Australia?
Where the market's going, it's on a good trajectory. So it's so by the time you've actually made the commitment and you move into Australia, then there should be opportunities available for you.
And what about the all-important question of money?
Salary-wise, somebody with your skill set, you're probably looking around 100, 120k mark.
That's £66,000 a year, way beyond what Gary had been expecting.
That's fantastic, Rob. Thank you.
No, I appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gary.
When they meet up to compare notes, the couple are staggered by their potential combined earning power in Australia.
It's trying to take it in. I mean, you know, we didn't expect to be that. We were hoping to be potentially 20 to 30,000 off, but actually sitting back and thinking that we actually could be anything up to £70,000 a year better off. That is really good. Yeah, that's fantastic.
But today's been about more than just money.
We've got some fantastic news today in more ways than one, not just about work. Knowing that Freya can be looked after in safe hands, and I mean that just, for us that is the biggest thing of all. But
it's above everything. The dreams that we want have got more chance of being reality now more than ever, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah, you can kiss me.
All right, thank you. Excellent. Really pleased.
So when it comes to work, will the Simpsons choose Australia or the UK?
Based on what we found out today, our vote goes to
Australia.
UK.
Never. Wow. Honest?
Yeah.
I'm shocked at that. Even with the increased wages?
I like what I do, I like what I've achieved so far. I enjoy my job roles that I do, and I think that I'm not going to get that opportunity straight away here, and it's going to take me some time to build that back up.
Yeah, fair enough. See what tomorrow brings.
Okay.
While Gary's been reassured by his work prospects, Michelle's vote for the UK means where the Simpsons' future lies is still far from certain. A move for all the family is all about a new start after traumatic times. So a day experiencing Australia's lifestyle could be the perfect tonic. The family head off for a spot of horse riding.
Got sun here.
What do you look like? Oh my good God.
It's an activity they all enjoy in the UK. Well, most of them, that is. Come on, Gary.
Big kick on Bob. That's it, girl.
That's it, Freya. Show them how it's done.
It's been lovely seeing Freya on a horse today because she's well, I'm seeing her actually enjoy herself and she's healthy.
The last time she was in the saddle, Freya was still undergoing treatment, and the ride today's highlighted to Michelle just how far her daughter has come in the space of a year.
She wasn't speaking then, and she obviously still had the nose tube and everything in. And she had no hair then as well, but a smile on her face. She just sat there the whole time with a huge grin and smile. So I knew this activity today was going to be the one for her. I really did, you know. So yeah, this beats beach, this beats anything, any day. This is just absolutely amazing.
And it's not just Freya who's seen benefits from the day.
It's been a really long time since I've been on a horse. Since if we did move to Australia, I would want to do this on a regular basis.
Right, guys, do you want to come get something to eat?
Today's brought home for everyone how much a move could transform family life.
You know, when you've been through an experience like Freya has, or we all have as a family, you tend to look at things completely and utterly different. You know, all of us have come here with our own apprehensions, our own worries. There is so much in the UK. The support, the family, the friends, you know, the guaranteed wage, the guaranteed job. It's definitely a massive risk and it's definitely a massive gamble. But we can't carry on what we're doing in the UK, and I've got to break the cycle somehow.
For me today, I can't get this smile off my face because it's given me really good memories. We are going to sacrifice an awful lot to come out here. I'm hoping it's going to be worth it. It's one way of closing a door on the past and it's stepping forward into the future. It has got a lot to offer for us as a family. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I feel very positive towards Australia, but I still have a lot to think about.
Michelle and Gary still have concerns about whether they can make the move down under a reality. But based on lifestyle, which country will the family choose?
Today we've had a lovely day horse riding and we have decided to vote for
Australia!
It's almost a clean sweep.
I like where we ride the horses and where we had our picnic and where we feeded the horses.
So you like Australia, do you?
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed it because, like I say, we've been together as a family and we haven't had enough time doing that at all.
I think today has been wonderful. We've knowing that we can enjoy this sort of thing every day. If we wish to, we can do it. I definitely vote Australia.
With most of the family voting for Australia, the Simpsons' day out has shown them what a new life down under could offer. But being able to afford it is a different matter. Gary's always had concerns about the finances of a move.
OK, you ready?
Yeah.
To help them do the sums, we've prepared a comparison of costs, starting with the weekly shopping bill.
Wow, what's that for?
Dishwasher tablets. It seems like it's a lot of the consumables where there's a different price. Dishwasher tablets, washing powder.
24.26.
What's the difference?
24.26.
£24.26, that's on a weekly shop.
Yeah. I mean, that is a huge difference.
Almost £100 more on food each month means the figures aren't off to the best of starts. How will the bigger outgoings shape up?
Based on property number one, our mortgage would be £1,006.31 per month.
Wow.
Even though the family don't have a mortgage in the UK, they found it hard to balance the books.
UK income, based on our outgoings, actually leaves us with an average deficit of £248.67 a month. We're spending over what we have coming in. It's quite a bit.
In Australia, the family's outgoings will be even higher as they pay a mortgage for the first time. But Gary and Michelle's potential earnings down under, combined with Gary's military pension, could add up to £160,000 a year. It's a considerable sum. So, where does that leave them overall?
So we'd be better off by £2,782.49
A month.
a month.
That's £33,390.
Better off.
Better off in 1 year.
Wow.
I'm so stunned.
That's a huge amount.
Pack your suitcases.
With that kind of money, the couple could actually afford to buy the dream home and still have money left to spare.
Approaching £29,000 per year, still better off on the dream property.
We've given our kids a future here, which is what we were after in the first place.
Yeah, that's beyond what we could actually imagine.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy and I'm very excited.
Something tells me this vote's going to be a no-brainer.
based on the figures today, we've decided to vote for Australia. I have been absolutely surprised and shocked at those figures, and I have to say, do you know, we've got so much we can do with that. I'm so excited.
Those figures speak for themselves. I think anybody that's going to be that financially better off is going to seriously consider it.
I think we've got some exciting times ahead. Yeah.
Gary and Michelle's dream of a fresh start in Australia may be within grasp at last, but starting again on the other side of the world will mean breaking close bonds in the UK. And saying goodbye to Gary's parents could prove especially hard. The family have chosen to watch messages from loved ones back home together. Will the thought of leaving those close to them in the UK prove too much to bear?
Hi Gary and Michelle, how are you, Aaron and Freya?
Oh, Gary, Michelle and kids.
Best family you could ever have. I'm not just saying it, but they really, really are.
Michelle is fun-loving, she's very bubbly, she's the life and soul of the party with a naughty streak to her, definitely.
She loves a glass of wine. She'll kill me for that. And she will never let you down.
Yeah, Howie's the loving one. He's the one that does the worrying. Well, yeah.
He is very sensitive.
Yeah.
But Aaron's the same, she really is. She's very thoughtful.
Giggly.
Giggly, oh, she is just awfully giggly. I think she causes the trouble, like, out of the three of them, I would say, like, Erin causes the trouble.
My best friend is Freya. We play hide and seek. Sometimes Freya always finds me.
She's just a marvellous, marvellous child. Really, really brave. Yeah, we're so proud of her. We really are.
I think it will be very hard to leave Anne and Terry, especially with what Anne and Terry are going through with their cancer.
We want them to go knowing that it's what we want for them.
I miss them loads. Just Michelle turning up on the doorstep with a bottle of wine. And just everything that we do together.
Howie, you don't worry about anything. Just let your mummy and dad do the worrying, and they'll come up with the right decisions. They always have and always will.
We will miss you, but you have to do what's right.
But just remember, we'll love yous and we'll miss yous, no matter what. We'll know you'll do the right thing.
We'll always be here for you. You know that. And just, we'll see you when you get home.
It's hard watching them, like, isn't it?
It is, because the fact is right now your mum and dad, they need us. Can we leave your mum and dad at such a time in their lives when they actually need us?
As much as they've helped us, they need to, looking after themselves, don't they?
Everything I've seen so far makes me want to move to Australia. Then when you see the family video and stuff, it makes you more question your thoughts on which way you want to go.
What are you thinking, Freya? How do you feel? How do you feel after seeing your friends on TV?
A little bit sad.
Why do you feel sad?
Because I might I'll never see them again.
I'm going to miss Laura, Freya. I'm going to miss Laura very, very much. Because Laura has been my rock throughout the past 12 months. She's been there and helped me through some really difficult times. And I'm going to miss that.
And Grace has.
Yeah, Grace has been there for you as well, hasn't she? Yeah. I think we've got lots to think about, haven't we? Whether this is going to be the right decision for us.
Heartfelt messages from the UK have hit hard, and now the Simpsons face the biggest decision of their lives. For decades, Australia has been a dream for Gary and Michelle. They'd come close to making the move a reality before, only for their hopes to be cruelly dashed at the last minute. Now, a life down under is once more tantalisingly close. Their week in Australia has reassured Michelle the country could offer the opportunity to put the past behind them.
Yeah, this 12 months has been so hard on the family. So the emotions the whole family were having to feel while Freya was going through treatment, you can never describe it. I was frightened to go to sleep every single night, not knowing if she was going to be there the next morning. We needed this. We needed to know that, you know what, we can rebuild ourselves. This big week has meant so much to us, to finally see Freya so healthy, enjoy life and feel that we can turn a corner, move forward and get on with our lives.
Their time in Melbourne has shown the family what they stand to gain.
My favourite class was fishing and riding horses.
Seeing Freya in Australia, like, her eyes have lit up, her whole face is lit up. I think it would benefit us if we did move out here, because it'd be a fresh start for us.
But the weeks also reminded them of what they could lose.
Friends. I don't want to leave them behind.
And Gary's still struggling to come to terms with leaving his parents.
You know, you feel an element of guilt, to be honest with you, because they have been there, you know, through a really difficult time. It's certainly going to be hard, no matter what.
It would be hard because we rely on them quite a bit, and I'm very thankful for it. So it would be difficult to leave them.
Erin knows a life down under is far from a done deal.
I'm not sure on what the routes would be. I think it'll be Dad's England, Mum's Australia, Freya Australia. I think you'll be both. I think I'll be whatever I will.
So, with their final turn of the cards, where will the Simpsons decide their future lies?
Based on a week this week, we've decided to vote for
Australia! Freya, why did you choose the UK?
Because my friends.
Because your friends. Oh, that's fair enough.
Freya, I know you're going to miss your friends, darling, but we can always write letters, we can take pictures, and they can come and stay with us, okay? Okay, babe.
Probably want to move to Australia. The only thing that's holding me back is family.
Pleased we both voted the same way. Makes the decision a lot easier.
I think we can actually start living our life rather than living a dream.
Yeah. Let's go for it.
It's been an emotional and eventful week for The Simpsons, but with Michelle and Gary convinced Australia could give their family the fresh start they need, it looks like they may be all set to start packing for a new life down under. We wish them all the luck in the world.
Find out if The Simpsons have made the move at the Wanted Down Under website. We've a new series starting later, Up and Away with the Flying Doctors, the helicopter heroes down under at 11:45. And next, 4 stories of faded Victorian glamour gets a stunning transformation with Homes Under the Hammer.